Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Christine and I'll take you through your practice today. For this practice, we will stay seated in the chair throughout, so we're not going to be getting up at all, but make sure that you're comfortable before you begin. I suggest you use a nice sturdy chair, so maybe a chair from the kitchen might work. I'm sitting on a fold-up chair here. I'll just show you. This isn't ideal because these fold-up chairs, once you start moving about in them, they can tend to want to fold up a little bit. And I've put a cushion underneath me to make it a little bit more comfortable. If your chair is a little bit deeper, you might even have a cushion at the back here for support at the back of the body. When you sit down on your chair, if your legs are dangling or if they're not meeting the ground, then bring the ground up to meet you. So you could fold a couple of towels and put them underneath your feet, or if you've anything else that you can prop your feet up with. Sometimes the stools for in the bathroom can work really well, so that can be nice to have the feet a little bit higher if you choose to do that today. So we'll get started. So find a comfortable way to sit. You might move yourself around in your chair a little bit and then notice when you're sitting back how the body is feeling. And then take yourself forward. So it's almost like you're sitting up really tall from the crown of the head. The crown of the head is lengthening upwards and the sitting bones are grounding into whatever support is beneath you. The feet are firmly placed on the floor or on whatever support is underneath you at the moment. And the knees are about hips width apart. So you don't want to have the legs together or crossed here, and you don't want to have the legs too wide either. So finding that comfortable way that you can sit up tall. Now, if for any reason your back is starting to bother you, the back is aching and it's being really distracting during the practice, then put a little bit more support between yourself and the chair so that you feel like you're being held here during the practice. If you need to slouch down, so slouching is when we roll right back into the chair and start to collapse a little bit in the front. If that feels better, then absolutely by all means you can do that. It's no problem. So we're looking here to really just find movement in all of the joints of the body and making any adjustments that you need to throughout the practice. So I'll give lots of offerings, but sometimes something might feel good for you that I haven't offered, and you can go right ahead and do that too. So placing the hands down onto the thighs and sit up nice and tall. Start to roll the shoulders up to the ears and down the back. So a few movements like this. You might even turn the hands now so the elbows are pointing outwards. Go one way and then go the other way. You might start to hear clicks and cracks in the body. It's usually okay as long as there's no pain. And then roll them up to the ears and down the back. It's almost like you're resetting the shoulders. And then from here, start to gently circle out the head. So slow movement here. Really just beginning to notice how the neck is today as you come to sit. And then take a few circles back in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, stacking the head back into center. Head is on top of the shoulders. So the neck is nice and long. The front and the back of the neck are the same length. And just notice if your head is more to one side than the other. You might even move it from side to side a little bit and then bring it right back into center. So from here now you have the option to close down the eyes if that feels good in your body. So if it's better to keep the eyes open today, then I suggest lowering the gaze. So it's almost like you're looking down towards the floor out through your eyelashes. So either of these options, closed eyes or a lowered gaze, are absolutely fine. Sometimes if there's balance issues, it's better to focus on one spot as you're sitting, and that can be really helpful. And now begin to soften the face, the skin across your forehead, the cheeks and the jaw. Can you relax around your mouth? And sitting up a little taller. Crown of the head moving upwards, the sitting bones grounding into whatever support is beneath you. Bringing an awareness to the spine and the spinal column. And becoming aware of the front of your body, the back of your body, and the sides of your body. And now start to notice the breath. It's just watching the breath. Don't try to change it dramatically in any way, just observing and knowing when you're breathing in and knowing when you're breathing out. Then bring one hand onto the chest, one hand onto the belly. And begin to notice the rise and fall of the body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Notice the chest lifting, expanding gently with your inhale and falling slowly with your exhale. Noticing the hand that's on the belly, that subtle movement of breath, not just in the chest, but also in the belly. You might even feel this at the sides of your body as well, in the ribs. And you can even bring the hands onto your sides. Notice that expansion and contraction, expanding as you breathe in, contracting as you breathe out. And if the hands are on the sides or if they're on the chest and the belly now, gently bring them back down onto the legs. We'll take a few more breaths here. Think about growing tall with each inhale. And with each exhale, softening, letting go. Just really allowing yourself to be here at your practice. And in your own time, if the eyes are closed, you can gently blink them open and bring the gaze back around the room. So just noticing the spine here, if you're sitting away from the back of the chair, if the back has become tired, just allow yourself to relax back into the chair. So you might be coming into that slouching or that spinal flexion, and that's absolutely fine for now. If your feet are on something now, just being aware that they're on a towel or on a book or whatever might be underneath them. And then from here, pick up your right leg and stretch it out. See, can you straighten the leg? And then allow the foot to come back down under the knee. Breathing in now, extend the leg out and exhale, bending the knee. So moving like this with the breath, it's a really gentle movement and just going as far as the leg wants to go. It might not even straighten, that's okay. It might be just lifting a little bit and then coming back underneath. We'll do 2 more like this. And then slowly place the foot back down onto the floor. Let's do the other leg. Breathe in to extend out and breathe out to bring it back. So moving with your breath in your own time. You might be going faster or slower than me. It doesn't really matter. We're just really focusing on the knee joint here, finding a little bit of movement in the knee. Let's do 1 more, 2 more here, I should say. 1, and then 2, and then bring it back underneath. Really nice. So now from here, can you sit up tall again if you were slouching? And then come up onto the ball of your right foot. So pick up the heel, peel the heel up, but keep the ball of the foot down. And then slowly lower the heel back down. We'll work with our breath, breathing in to peel up and exhale to lower down. So keep moving like this in your own time. Lifting and lowering the heel, just finding some movement here in the foot. And if for any reason there's an injury or something going on in a body part, then you can always rest it. You can always just go as far as feels right for your body today. And the next time the heel lowers, place it back down. We'll do the other foot, so peeling the heel up. There might be clicks and cracks. I don't know if the mic is picking up my feet cracking here as I move. It's totally normal. As long as there's no pain, it should be okay. But as with all of our yoga practice, if anything is hurting or doesn't feel good, then get it checked out by your doctor. We'll do one more, lift the heel and then place it back down. Really nice. We'll go back to the right leg or whichever was the first leg you did, and then start to press your heel into the floor and send it away from you. And then draw the heel back under the knee. So this is a small movement. Press the heel down, send it away. It's like you're sliding your heel along the floor and then bring it back under. We'll do two more like this. Pressing the heel down, slide it away and bring it back. Last one, press it down and then bring it back. Really nice. We'll change to the other leg. So pick up the toes, press the heel down and then slide it away and bring it back. So keep moving with your breath. Don't worry if you lose the connection with the breath during the practice. That's okay too. Even if you're only aware of a few breaths during your practice, that's totally fine. Let's do two more here. Press the heel down, slide it away, bring it back. And one more, press it down, slide away and bring it back. Really nice. So from here, start to wiggle the toes on both feet. Just get a bit of movement into the feet. And then relax the toes down. And once again, slouch yourself back into the chair, let the shoulders roll forwards. And now bring the chin down to the chest, taking a little rest here. Notice how the breath has changed now when you come into this slouch, when you allow the head to look down. And then breathing in, take the head back into center, gazing in front of you. From here, pick up the right leg, send it out in front. Maybe you can hold it here and then start to circle out the ankle. Going one way and then go the other direction. And then place the foot back down. We'll do the other leg. Breathe in to send the leg out and then make the circles. Going one way and then pause and go the other direction. And then let the foot come all the way back down. Really nice. So sitting up tall again, inhale to lengthen the spine. And then come forwards on your chair just a little bit. So you don't want to be right near the edge that you're going to fall off. But we have a little bit more movement now in the legs. We've got that space to move the legs around. And then from here, opening the right leg out to the side. And then bring it back in. And then we'll open the left leg out and bring it back in. So move like this with your breath. Doesn't have to be a really big movement. We're just looking to move the thigh bone around in the hip joint. Really gentle movements. So if this feels like too much, you can make the movement much smaller. If you feel like you're not feeling anything at all, then you can make it a little bigger. Just be aware of where you are in your chair. Keep the balance. Let's do one more on each leg. And then take it back into center. So readjust yourself on your seat so you're sitting up nice and tall. You feel grounded through your feet. If you moved whatever was underneath the feet, you can put it back underneath there now. And then we'll bring the awareness to the spine again. Sitting up really tall. As you breathe out now, slouch back in the chair. So it's like you're sending your back into the back of the chair, almost as if you're hugging a beach ball in towards you. Shoulders roll forwards. Take a few long deep breaths here. And with your next inhale, begin to sit up tall. So use the belly muscles here to help you, lengthening from the crown of the head. Maybe you can start to send the chest forwards a little, and you might even look towards the ceiling. Breathing in now, very slowly coming back into center, and exhale to release. So from here, taking the hands onto the shoulders, fingertips come to the shoulders and start to circle the elbows out. A few big circular movements. Going one way and then go the other way. So once again, you can make this bigger or smaller, depending on what's happening in your shoulder joint. And then very gently come back to center, release the hands down by the sides. Breathing in, circle both arms up as far as they'll go. So if they're not going very far, you can always bend the elbows here and reach them up, or maybe they'll come right up overhead. Hands might even come together. And then exhale, the hands come back down by the sides. So let's do that with our breath. We're breathing in to reach up, breathing out to bring the hands right back down. Inhale, reach up. Breathe into the side waist and exhale, the hands come down. And the next time you breathe in and reach up, can you bring the awareness to your belly? Maybe draw the belly back towards the spine. And exhale, hands come back down. 2 more like this. Breathing in to reach up and breathing out, the hands come down. Last one, inhale, circling up. Gather up that energy now. And exhale, bring the fingertips back down, really nice. From here, let your right hand to hang down by the side. Maybe you could even start to reach down a little. So we don't want to fall off the chair. We're being really mindful here, keeping our center of gravity in the middle. Reaching down with the right hand. And then bring the arm right back up. Let's reach down with the left hand. Breathe in, reach it up. Good, breathing out to reach down. Breathe in, back to center. One more. Reach down. And breathe in to come back to center. So nice. With your next inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Hold it here. Can you lengthen through the side waist? Now let the left arm hang right down. So you're really softening into the left shoulder. All the work is happening on the right side of the body. You might even circulate the wrist here. Go one way and then go the other. Really nice. And then slowly lower the right hand back down. With your next inhale, the left hand reaches up. It's like you're reaching up towards the sky. Let the right arm hang down. Soften the right shoulder. And now you can circulate the left wrist. Going one way and then going the other way. And then exhale, slowly lower it back down. So we're coming into a gentle seated twist. Make sure your chair is nice and steady for this. Taking the left hand over onto the right thigh. Breathe in to grow tall. As you breathe out, start to turn your chest towards the right and look to your right side. So you can stay here. This might feel like enough for today. Or maybe you'll bring your right hand onto the back of your chair. So it depends on what kind of chair you have. There might be something to hold onto on the chair. And once you're in the twist, think about breathing in to grow really tall and breathing out to move gently into the twist. Only going as far as your body wants to go today. Now with your next inhale, slowly start to uncurl, come back into center and exhale, release. Just notice how the body feels after twisting one side and not the other. Sometimes it can feel a little unbalanced. So now taking the right hand onto the left thigh, breathe in to lengthen and breathe out. Start to twist. The left hand can stay by the side or maybe you'll hold onto your chair or onto the back of the chair. With each inhale, grow a little taller. With each exhale, moving mindfully into the twist. And don't worry about how far you're going. Really just noticing the breath and noticing any sensations in your body. Enjoying this twist, this compression. And with your next inhale, slowly make your way back into center and exhale, release. So from here, we'll roll the shoulders up to the ears and down the back a few times. And then relax the shoulders away from the ears. So your hands can stay on your thighs now if you like. Or if it's better, you can even have them folded, especially if you need to put the back into the back of the chair again, into that slouch. It might be nice to fold the arms or to have the hands down on the thighs. You can decide. And then once again, I invite you to either close down the eyes or to soften your gaze as we take a few moments at the end of our practice to connect back in with our breath. And to notice how the physical body is feeling at the end of practice. It's just becoming aware of anything that might have come up during the practice, any sensations you might have experienced. These could have been physical sensations or maybe even emotional. Just allowing yourself to be here for these last few moments with your breath. Acknowledging the union of the mind, the body, and the breath during your yoga practice. Acknowledging the effort that it took for you to get here to your chair today. The effort that you made during your practice. And if the eyes are closed in your own time, gently blink them open and bring the gaze back around the room. I want to thank you for joining me for your chair practice today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.